The episode begins with Annirudh meeting Rishi in the hospital and saying he is glad the latter got a clean chit. Rishi gives thanks to Annirudh for talking to his senior officer. He says he got a clean chit because of Jhanak's statement. Dadabai and Puthul get surprised hearing this. Annirudh asks Rishi about Jhanak's accident. Rishi replies he was distracted a little bit and there was heavy traffic due to Ganesh Chaturthi. Annirudh asks whether Jhanak's family knows about it. Rishi says he could not contact Jhanak's family, so he is planning to visit Simulboni. Annirudh asks whether Rishi will really go to Simulboni again. Rishi says Jhanak is in critical condition and she should meet her mother. Annirudh says Aditi won't like it if Rishi goes to Simulboni then. Dadabai says Jhanak is on her deathbed and Rishi caused the accident, so he is doing everything that he can for Jhanak. And it doesn't matter what Aditi thinks about this. Annirudh tells Rishi to call Janak's father too. Rishi says Parashar is not Janak's father. He reveals Janak's father left Janak's mother. Annirudh refuses to believe that. Rishi says it's not fair to judge Nutan. Annirudh says he knows the villagers' personalities. He asks Rishi to not trust anyone blindly. He hopes Jhanak becomes fine soon and leaves. From there, the next day, Rishi reaches Simulboni and learns Nutan is unwell, and Parashar is not there. Sikhi asks him why he suddenly came there. Rishi replies he has to talk to Nutan and goes inside. Nutan asks him why he came there and whether Jhanak is fine. Rishi tells her about Janak's accident. He says Jhanak will be fine because surgery happened. Nutan asks him whether he accepted Jhanak as a wife. She says she knows Rishi loves Aditi so much. She tells him the same thing happened with her too. And it looks like history is repeating itself. Rishi gets confused hearing this. Nutan says she fought so much to get a place for Jhanak in this society, and she feels she may die soon, so she wants to tell her life story to Rishi. She tells him to never ignore Jhanak even if he can't accept her. On the other side, Annirudh recalls how Jhanak told him that she is pregnant with his child. He murmurs Jhanak should not have betrayed him for Parashar. Bablu and Anjana hear this. Anjana says Annirudh was taking Janak's name. Bablu asks whether Annirudh talked to Jhanak recently. Annirudh thinks he should not think about Jhanak. Aditi comes there and tells Annirudh that Rishi went to Simulboni again. Arshi says she already told them not to trust Rishi. Nutan tells Rishi that Parashar loves Jhanak so much, but there is no relationship between them. Rishi asks her to not worry about Jhanak because he will take responsibility for Jhanak and her studies. He thinks he wants to compensate for spoiling Janak's life. He asks her who Janak's father is. Nutan replies that Annirudh Bose is Janak's father. The episode begins with Rishi asking Nutan who Janak's father is. Nutan recalls how she got married to Annirudh. She tells him that a storm would have entered his life if she had told the truth to him then. She asks him to confirm the truth even if she tells him. Rishi asks her to not hesitate and tell the truth to him. Nutan says she feels like she doesn't have time left, so she wants to tell everything to Rishi. She reveals Annirudh Bose is Janak's father. Rishi gets shocked hearing this. He asks what about Aditi? Nutan says Aditi is Annirudh and Arshi's daughter. She says Aditi stayed with her for a few years, and she called Aditi Moon. Rishi recalls how Bablu once called Aditi Moon. Jhanak gives the letter to Rishi and says it's for Annirudh. She tells him to talk to Anjana and Bablu if he has any doubts then. On the other side, Aditi tells Annirudh that Rishi should respect her decision, but he is doing the opposite of it. She says Rishi called her after reaching Simulboni and told her someone is serious there. Annirudh wonders whether Nutan is serious. Aditi says she doesn't want to talk about it and goes inside. Annirudh goes inside. Anjana tells Bablu that Jhanak suffered so much and they should have stayed with Jhanak. Arshi hears this and gets angry. She tells them that Jhanak is getting importance after all these years. Later, Aditi goes to Rishi's house and asks them why they did not stop Rishi. Dadabai says he is proud of Rishi's decision, so why would he stop Rishi? Indumbi asks him to stop it. Sergi tells Aditi that Jhanak is in critical condition, so it's important to inform her family. Otherwise, Janak's family will target Rishi in the future. Abhimanyu asks who else can go. Dadabai says Rishi caused Janak's accident, so he took responsibility. Tanushree asks Dadabai to understand Aditi too. She says Aditi's marriage got cancelled because of Jhanak, and if Rishi got involved in Janak's matters, then obviously it would affect Aditi. Dadabai says he did not tell Rishi to go to Simulboni. Aditi says Rishi could have sent someone from the office. Dadabai says Rishi took the right decision. Aditi says Dadabai may tell Rishi to accept Jhanak. Dadabai tells her that the truth is Rishi's marriage happened with Jhanak, so Rishi should face the truth. He says it doesn't matter what anyone thinks because no one can change fate. Abhimanyu tells Dadabai that it was a forced marriage. Dadabai says he won't change his stand. Indumdi asks him not to say anything because he is standing against his family. Aditi tells Dadabai that Jhanak gave a statement in Rishi's favor to stay in his good books. Nutan tells Rishi that she is not able to breathe well. Rishi tells her that he will arrange a doctor. Nutan tells him that her time is over and she doesn't wish to stay alive. She tells him to never leave Jhanak, and it's her last wish. The episode begins with Dadabai saying it looks like they did not want Jhanak to give a statement in Rishi's favor. Indumdi tells him that he is right. She tells Aditi that Rishi went to Simulboni, so now villagers can't file kidnapping or murder charges against him. Tanushree tells Aditi not to postpone the marriage, because the latter should stay with Rishi to solve all the problems, and no one can come in between Rishi and Aditi after marriage. Aditi says Rishi should not have gone to Simulboni, and she did not love this weak Rishi, and it's becoming difficult to understand this Rishi. Dadabai tells Aditi that she has seen only the tough side of Rishi till now. He says now Rishi's soft side came out, and even he is seeing it for the first time. He tells her that he did not see her on this side. Aditi asks him what he is saying. Dadabai tells her that there is a difference between her old self and her new one. He goes inside. Tanushree asks Aditi not to feel bad, and Dadabai is reacting like this because he is worried about Jhanak, and says they won't accept Jhanak ever. Aditi asks why she should suffer. She decides to talk to Rishi before deciding to marry him. The next day, Rishi enters Janak's room. Puthul asks Rishi about Janak's mother. Jhanak wakes up and asks where her mother is. Rishi replies that Nutan is unwell, so she can't come. Jhanak gets worried about her mother. Rishi tells her that Nutan has a fever, that's it. Jhanak says she will go to Simulboni after discharge, so her mother need not come there. Puthul tells Jhanak that the latter needs to take rest and eat well. Jhanak says she doesn't have a place to stay, and she will be fine by eating Nutan's handmade food. Rishi tells her that she will stay in his house. Puthul goes outside to pick up a call. Jhanak asks Rishi why she would stay in his house. Rishi tells her that he made a promise to Nutan. That's why. He says Jhanak should complete her studies by staying there. Jhanak refuses to stay in Rishi's house. Rishi tells her that his decision is final. Jhanak asks him what happened to him finally because he hated her face and her name. Rishi tells her that he will take her forcefully if she won't listen to him then. Annirudh and Aditi come there. Aditi says she wants to know why Rishi is interested in Jhanak suddenly. She tells him that he is increasing their problems. Rishi tells her that he caused Janak's accident and it was his responsibility to inform Janak's family. Aditi tells him that she is not understanding what he is doing. Rishi tells her that he understands that. He tells Annirudh that the latter must be understanding him. Annirudh gets confused. Hearing this, Aditi tells Jhanak to go to Simulboni after discharge because she doesn't want any more drama. Jhanak says Rishi belongs to Aditi and she will go to Simulboni. Rishi tells Aditi that Jhanak will stay in his house and continue her studies. Annirudh says Rishi can't take this big decision alone. Rishi says Annirudh would have taken decisions like this in the past. Aditi tells Rishi that he is playing with her feelings. Rishi tells her that he did. Wrong with Jhanak. He says he could leave from Simulboni alive because of Jhanak. And he can return to his job as a respected officer because of Jhanak. And Dadabai is alive because of Jhanak. Jhanak gets surprised hearing all this. Aditi tells Rishi that she can't marry him if he will be like this. The episode ends.